Okay, folks, I'm sorry. I'm trying to help a friend out with her live right now because for some reason she keeps being shut down. So I'm just trying to see if I can assist her. Hi, I like your name, Vigi 1960. Kind of like Jiggy. Okay, I'm just looking for my girl who was just doing a live. So come on over, Nurse Ratchet. We're waiting for you. If somebody could maybe text Nurse Ratchet and tell her. Oh no. Nurse Ratchet, where are you? Oh, here she is. There's my girl. Oh my God. Okay, here we go, sweetheart. Okay, Miss Nurse Ratchet.
Yay! I don't know what was wrong with my
Yay!
page.
I know, right? It's like I just thought maybe I should help my girl out because
Thank you. Thank
we
you for
have
that.
some issues.
I guess whenever you say stuff that people don't like, they tend to try to mess with your accounts. So weird.
Hey, you know what? Myself and like other cast members have had people totally try to break into our account, sending us messages from Instagram, and it's totally bogus. So, Tom Brooks, Ash, we all once got the same message. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy and creepy. Not gonna
Definitely,
lie.
definitely. So, do you want to talk about what we talked about last night in DMs?
Oh, our drunken DMs.
Oh yeah, no, just
The
about
ones
how
about
you.
mutation or
Oh wait,
the
wait,
other
wait. Maybe I
ones.
need probably the other. Wait, I don't know about the mutation ones. Just about the fact that you are done.
Oh, I'm exactly like busy where I considered Sharrell to be a really good friend.
Hmm.
Um, I I'm still when I heard her live, maybe it was a week and a half ago. My mouth literally dropped to the ground because Sharrell has always said, "I love having Laura." She told me they need to get you back on the show. You're so funny. Blah blah
Hmm.
blah. Um, I really, honest to God, thought she was a good friend. You know, she asked me to be on her show. I didn't ask to be on her show ever. She asked me to come on to her show, which I did. Um, so I was just so let down by how a friend could, out of like nowhere, I've never said anything negative about this woman, except the only thing I have said is I'm really disappointed that you have decided to line yourself back up with John Yates. And I mean, that's the truth. I am very disappointed because I was there for her. When John
Hmm.
Yates was making fun of her, I was there for her. And I was the one taking the phone calls. And I was there listening to her tell me how horrible this man is.
Hmm.
And then telling me also that she's talked to his real life sister. And she was like, Laura, he has family. He has family. Can you
Hmm.
believe this? So there's a lot of things that she confided in me, and I sincerely, and I guess I'm stupid because she totally duped me. I thought we were thick friends. So much so, she asked me if I would like to work with them. Okay. I
Right.
wasn't begging her to work with them, but I also knew that I wasn't sure if Sharp would actually allow me to work with her because I was still under contract with Sharp, and I did actually contact Sharp, and Sharp told me no, they did not give the go for me to
Yeah.
work with her. So, and you know what? Let me tell everybody this: for people who do YouTube lives and run a line underneath about how to send them money. Do you want to know? She's claimed that I'm begging for money, and I think she even said, "Can she pay my bills?" It's just so ridiculous. I
Oh.
am probably one of the only cast members who has never asked for a dime from any of my followers. Ever, ever, ever. I don't need anybody to send me money.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm making it on my own. I put my own son through college.
Right.
So, so Sharrell, if you want to say I'm begging you for a job, I wasn't begging you for a job. You offered me a job and you asked me what to pay, what I was looking for as pay, and I didn't know what to reply. I was like, how many hours? Like, I'm my background is an operation manager of a very large company. I'm no idiot, okay? So I was just so disappointed, so taken
Mm-hmm.
back. And then the harassing words of calling me, well, first of all, Yates called me Laura Hora Yates.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did. Yeah.
Who am I having sex with? I would love to know, because this girl, she hasn't had any jiggy jiggy for 2.5 years since I left Aladdin. We've been through COVID. I'm not out dating. I
Mm-hmm.
have to call me a whore, and I know. And this is what's so very funny. It's he did a live with Cheryl over Danielle's friend, her boyfriend, which I didn't know at the time, coming to stay with me in Ecuador, okay, for 5 days. I gave him a room. I had a beautiful condo on the beach. I did not live with Evelyn.
Nope.
Anyways, I let him stay in one of my rooms. I had a 3-bedroom condo on the beach. I let him stay there, and I never charged him anything. I fed him. I think there was 2 times he actually took me and Evelyn out for dinner, to which he paid for our meal. So I guess, like, if I'm a whore because this man paid for my dinner, then so's Evelyn,
Right.
because he paid for both of our dinners. Um, when he went to leave, he actually, because I would wash my clothes manually in Ecuador, my condo didn't have a washing machine. He bought me a $200 manual washing machine. It as a thank you for letting me stay at your condo and for feeding me. And yeah, I absolutely accepted the gift, because why not?
Right.
So if this makes me a whore, do you see how the truth gets screwed around to
Muddied up.
and oh, okay, and here's the thing. John Yates even said on his live when he was telling this, Danielle uh, boyfriend went to visit Laura, but Yates, I have a copy of this. You in particularly said to Sharrell, but guess what? Laura was not attracted to him. So there's no jiggy jiggy went down. Of course, he didn't say
Mm-hmm.
jiggy jiggy, but he did say Laura was not attracted to this man romantically, so it was like a no go for her. So how am I now a whore?
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
your
Because
story straight, buddy. Keep the
I'm pretty
story
sure
straight.
that later on, though, he went on to say that there was like this big love triangle, because I remember Danielle calling me herself last summer and was just beside herself about him saying all this stuff and outing. She was so worried about that being a subject, and she was in hysterics. And I think he made it on to sound like y'all were in this love triangle and everything else. I'm not sure.
I had zero attraction towards the man, and what nobody really knows, this man had a wife.
Yeah.
This man was not a single man. He was very much, and to this day, I believe, I don't communicate with him, but he's a married man. And she had this affair with him for over 2 years. And like, whatever floats your boat, I don't care. And this is nothing to say bad about Danielle.
Yeah, of course.
You know, sh he, I guess, helped her during a difficult time, whatever. And she contacted me and said, "Can he please come to Ecuador and is he able to stay at your place?" And to tell you the truth, I was really lonely in Ecuador, and I was very welcoming to any American person who wanted to come and visit me. And I said, sure, absolutely, why not? And that's the way I am. Even if you today said, Laura, I want to come to Canada, I say, come on to my house. This
Yeah,
is who I am. I come from the east coast of Canada, and we are extremely hospitable to people. And just because you have a kind heart doesn't mean you're having sex with this person. Like, come
exactly.
on, stop. I,
Exactly.
I had no attraction towards this man. And in fact, when he was there visiting me, I said, what are you doing? You have a wife. You've been carrying on with Danielle. You either need to divorce your wife because I've been cheated on. I've been on that side as a wife. It's like
Hmm.
you need to pick one or the other. To have a wife and have a girlfriend, it's just not right.
Right.
So,
So I think a lot of people in the chat are saying, who are we talking about? What we're talking about is the fact
oh,
I think Laura's finally like responding. I don't think we went live a couple weekends ago. After that, they, Sharrell and John and Perry publicly slut shamed and fat shamed and everything shamed. And so that's kind of what we're talking about. What we got branched off on is John running a story
I'm sorry.
about this, and that's where we're
Why
at.
I was explaining basically why Yates um called me a whore, and then Sharrell just went on the rampage and called me a slut, and then Perry, I'm like, I just was. I expect that behavior to come from John Yates 100% because for 2 years, that's all he's done to me is try to tear me into shreds. But I
Mm-hmm.
never expected this to come from somebody who I consider to be a good close friend. I I I I I sent her an email the next day and I said, Sharrell, I had no idea um, this anger that you had towards me.
Mm-hmm.
All I've ever said to you is I think you're making a really bad choice by lining yourself up with John Yates because he took you down before and he's going to do it again. A zebra's
Right.
stripes don't change, honey. They just don't change. So for you to go on live and call me a fat, I've actually lost some weight.
You look great.
Thank you for Cheryl. Thank you so much for acknowledging I'm fat. Yeah, I am fat. You know what? A lot of us women are fat. Get over it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So don't try to fat shame me because I'm proud of who I am. I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing my best. I'm losing weight naturally, not via surgery, but I'm doing my best naturally by eating better, drinking water, exercising.
Good for you.
So don't fat shame me. I'm doing my very best that I can. I've had a couple of kids. I've had two sons. I have two sons. My youngest son never wanted to be on the show, so we never talk about him. But anyways, yeah, more cushion for the pushing. You're right.
Absolutely.
So and then to call me a slut is like I just was like I haven't been with anybody since Aladdin. It's 2.5 years. I am the last person. Like, I'm embarrassed to publicly say I haven't been with anybody in 2.5 years. Like, I'm a friggin'
Yeah.
born again virgin. So the audacity to be called a slut? Are you seriously? Oh,
Well,
I
you
wish
know,
I was getting some. I wish I was getting some.
and yeah, but see, you're saying this is what's so appalling is because it was said by somebody that said they were my friend. Busy was saying the same thing yesterday. Not only did you call him a house N-word, which in my opinion, a 3-minute apology does not do anything justice when you said something so disgusting to another human being. And like somebody said in the chat, he is an attorney and he is an established man when he is not on YouTube. And for you to go after somebody and call them such a disgusting, derogatory thing, and then you were his friend, it it just shows, Laura, that you're not alone. Don't take it personal, because this is evidently a pattern of behavior.
It's like, what kind of friend are you truly? Because if you had anger towards me so much because I said, I'm disappointed in you, and that's all I ever said, Sharrell. That's all I ever said about you is I am so disappointed because I was there for you when John Yates was putting on his wig pretending he was you, okay?
Yeah.
Her friends, me, busy. We were there for her, supporting her, trying to make her feel better, and to be attacked out of nowhere. Like, if you're pissed off at me, send me an email. Give me a
So
call.
somebody in the comments says that in our culture, that's how normally the guys address themselves, by using that slang for anyone outside to be repeating, including people in here, because it's not your culture. Look, everybody on the internet is incensed about it. I understand it's not my culture, but I did my due diligence, and I reached out to people of that culture and asked myself if it was derogatory and disgusting, and they said things that I won't repeat in here, to go on and further explain exactly what it meant. And anybody in the comments, feel free to put it. I'm just not going to repeat it.
They've said some very vile things. Like, I don't recognize who Sharrell is anymore. I honestly don't. She was a fun person. She loved people. Her show wasn't full of hate the way it is now. And I'm just disappointed because she's becoming like who she associates with, which is Yates. She has gone down to his level of being so vile, even to her good friends. And that's
Exactly.
what blows me away. Yahoo Boy, guess what? Yahoo Boy was her friend too.
Mm-hmm. But and it's so funny because there's several. If you, a lot of this stuff, the people on Reddit are so good and so creative, and they're able to compile stuff, make it funny, but also make it open your eyes. Because there's a lot of posts on there where it says that she's like, I don't even know who he is. But then the next frame they're on panel together. I don't understand what's going on over there. For her to say she didn't know who Phil was, and not to remember while saying that you've been on panel with him more than once. It's just incredulous. Like, I don't understand
Mm,
what's going on and why the
yeah,
memory lapses are happening.
yeah, exactly. Cheryl, um, maybe we could go back where Yates is saying how much he hates me, and you said, "Oh, I just love Laura. I think she's the best." Maybe you know what we need to do a comparison to the old Cheryl versus the new
Yeah.
Cheryl. And Cheryl, I'm
Like
going to tell you
y'all's
this right
interview
now. I'm going
with
to
the
tell
other
Cheryl
one.
this right now. I will never go down to the level that you and Perry went down when you decided to call me horrible, disgusting things that were so vile. I will never go to that level in my life. I don't understand why you felt it was necessary. And Cheryl, I have never said dick, shit, nothing about Perry. So when Perry turned to you and said, "Has she ever talked about anything about me?" You said, "Yes, she has." That was such a blatant lie. I have never in my life said any ill, bad words about your husband. Like,
Yep.
come on, girl. You're lying right there on the spot, which is why I had to pick my jaw off the floor when
Mm-hmm.
I heard the both of you. And then for Perry then to start shaming me as a fat slut. Really, Perry?
Um,
What?
Laura
Nervous
was
bitch?
upset about this, you guys, for several days, like several days, and that's like, who wants to really do that? Who wants to use a platform with so many people and use it to spread and perpetuate hate and make people feel shitty after you do it? And I'm sure that it didn't just make Laura feel shitty. I know it made me feel shitty because I told her before we went live, this is going to put a target on your back. But and she knew it, but she didn't think it was going to be that gross.
Yeah, I didn't. I knew, like, I mean, with Yates, I expect it, right? But I didn't expect it from somebody who I considered to be a good friend. And that's what is so disappointing. And kudos that yesterday she apologized to Busy. But Sharrell, there's other friends that were there for you when John was talking so much shit about you. We all stood together and wanted to help you and defend you. And you've just turned around, and I don't recognize who you are. Are you sad? Are you that unhappy? You have the power within to change your own narrative. You don't have to stay on this path of hatefulness, because you know what? It does nothing for you, but it eats you up inside. But you have the power within yourself to change something so negative around and be the person you were. Be
Yeah,
happy. Be laughing. Talk nice about people.
yeah,
Is it so
absolutely.
difficult? You know,
No, it's really not.
we're coming out of COVID. We've just went through 2 years of hell, right? There's just
Exactly.
been a lot of stuff that's taken place in North America, a lot of horrible things that have happened um, with um, there's just been so much hate in this world
And
that
go ahead. Sorry.
we need to, if you know what, the way I see it is, if God gives you a platform in life, make something positive out of it.
Yes.
Do something good. Don't make something so negative. And you know, Terry, you're making fun of people with Asperger's, autism.
Making the word Asperger's and turning it into Phil's got Asperger's and he wants, or does he want an ass for his burger or something, or does he want his ass for a burger? And it's making it, turning that into a sexual. I just, it's like, I,
It's
I can't.
disgusting. It's vile.
I just
It's vile. Come on, guys, grow up. Stop. You're not
do
even
better.
laughing. Do better. If you're given a platform, be positive in life. Don't make fun of anybody that suffers with autism. Like, seriously, how low can you go when you're cracking jokes in regards to this? And now Yahoo Boy, who was your friend, do you guys remember this? He was your friend. And now you're saying these horrendous things about him? Like,
calling his
stupid.
board, calling Eric's commanding officer and the inspector general of his military unit or whatever, calling, threatening on her, way channel to incite people to call my place of employment, which, by the way, I'm a nurse, coming out of COVID. Not that that should mean things to anybody, but to some people it does. Like, why would you, like, have some respect within yourself and fight your battles on the internet.
You know what? If you have an issue with somebody, pick up the phone and tell them.
Yes,
Tell
simply
them
they
right to
said.
tell them right to their face. You don't have to go live and shout it out, blur it out. Tell them face to face. Have a backbone. Tell them, hey, you know what? It really pissed me off.
Yep, I believe that they have just had enough with the amount of the heat. Are you talking about them? Now they're just trying to have fun. They aren't just doing that stuff with y'all here for nothing. It's not one-sided. But the thing is this is a contest of who could be dirtier in their opinion, because and they've definitely stepped up, and they are definitely in first place. And I'm going to tell you why. Again, they shamed. It's now fat shaming, slut shaming, calling people that do not have a diagnosis of Asperger's or autism that to be as an insult. Like, when you, oh my God, they're so stupid, they don't pay attention, they're so immature that I think they have autism. No. You don't say that about people because you're mad at them. You don't sit there and say that they're a homosexual that wants to travel the world with John because of a text message that said, hey, John and Cody, do you want to go with me and my wife? somewhere and take that and twist it, and now you're using homosexuality as an insult. I'm thoroughly insulted, period, whether I like them or not like them. So calling the names and saying the things that they've said has been insulting to me. And not
It
it's
is.
and it's
It's
embarrassing
offensive.
and it's offensive.
Yeah, on so many levels. It's just so offensive. And you know what? I don't know if it's because they are making more money, the more dirty they go. Um, okay, Sharrell, so you're talking about I don't make money, but you know what? I never ask anybody for money. I've never asked any of my followers for money. I don't even do cameos. I've been approached by a lot of people. Um,
I told
I
her to do
do
the
not
badges
ask.
for the money like Devin and them have been doing, and John, and she's like, I don't know how to do that. She still obviously hasn't figured it out because there's not a badge there. And you know, IG has a way to monetize now, and where people can go live and make money. And again, she's not even done that. So there's another example of not being and doing what everybody else is doing.
Okay, what is a cameo? You need to Google that one, sweetheart. Cameos is something that a lot of castmates do to make income on the side. How do I make a living? I'm actually retired, so I don't work anymore.
Sorry about the background noise, guys.
It's all good, girlfriend.
But
Anyways, I'm very saddened by things that have been said. I'm very disappointed. I'll say it again. And Sharrell, when things go belly up for you, I'll still be your friend. I'll still be there for you, despite what you and Perry have said about me. I, when I make a friend, you're going to be my friend forever. So you know what, Cheryl? I'll be there for you when Yates goes back to imitating you with a cheap ass wig on his head. I will still be your friend. And remember that.
that's like the extension of grace that really is a great example and needs to be more pronounced in here in this community. What you just said, despite the shitty, horrible things that you've said, I'll still be here for you. And that, I mean, shows maturity and again grace. And people really need to start picking up on that kind of reactions and responses.
And Constantine, you said that I should, if I have a problem with Cheryl, I should contact her. I definitely did. I contacted her the day after she slammed me, and I said, listen, I had no idea you had so much anger towards me. If I've done anything wrong in your eyes, please forgive me. You know what the response back was? Nothing. Zero. And that's fine. That's fine. But I have class enough to confront her and say, hey, what's the problem? And if you feel offended by anything I have said, please forgive me. But Cheryl, the only thing I have ever said is I'm disappointed. That's all I have ever said. Because I truly am disappointed. I'm sorry.
I think the anger was more because you went live with me versus something that you did or said. I think that that's probably where a lot of that
But my
disdain
anger
came
was
from.
towards John Yates, and it was like, you know what? I'm so done with you. I'm just so tired. You're calling me Hora, dude. I wish I was getting some. Honestly, I would. You want to call me a whore? Awesome, but I ain't getting any. So how does that make me a whore? I don't know.
Make it make sense.
And I'm fat too. So,
Laura, you are gorgeous. We talked about this yesterday. Come on. You've got, I mean, it's
I
just
honestly,
so
I don't
rude.
care. I am who I am,
And you're
and
gorgeous.
well, thank you. You're so sweet. And hello, Woodbridge, Ontario. I love you. Oh yeah, she will sue me. Well, good luck. I live in Canada, so it's actually really easy to sue me, and I have no
And
lawyer, so you
You
can't call
can't
my boss.
sue everybody on the internet. Come on. Jeez.
She doesn't have that much money to be. Legal fees are very, very expensive.
Not only that, but we're only stating things that are true in our opinions. And last I checked, we don't have any. That's not against the law, criminally or civilly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, they're allowed to speak their mind, so can I not speak mine?
Yeah,
Is it just
exactly.
a one-way street that you
Evidently.
can sue me? I've not slandered you, um, you or Perry. I've not said any bad words. My ex-husband has said very nasty N-word on the John Yates live. He said the N-word, sharrell, and he also made Asian eyes and said it's okay to use the C word. So I don't know. That's my
It's a
ex-husband,
lot.
but everybody turns a blind eye.
Yeah,
He's allowed
that
to
video's
say these
still
things.
on, still there
Yeah,
on
it's
YouTube.
still on Yates Live. He still has it.
So crazy.
So yeah, whatever. Anyways, I have to go, but
Same.
I just want to say I appreciate you, Nurse Ratchet. If I ever
Thank
need a
you.
nurse, I'm coming to you for help.
You know where to find me.
And I really appreciate everybody who supports us and who sees that sometimes some things in life aren't right, and people should be accountable in
Hmm.
life. You know, that's what I believe in is accountability. So
Hmm.
it is what it is. But
It is. All right.
I'm
Well,
gonna.
thanks for having me.
Thank you. We will chat
Yes, we
as
will.
always.
Talk
Okay.
soon. Bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
everybody. Bye. Stay safe. Bye.